It's become part of the city's culture, identity, history. But this sport goes beyond the fortress. The Scarlet and Gray.
The UNLV men's hockey team has dominated.
Or Boys in Silver.
It's a great opportunity, it's a great challenge, it's the right time. It feels right.
The Monsters in the North.
The Golden Knights are beefing up their minor leagues with the Knight Monsters. They begin playing this upcoming season.
And the next generation.
When we scored the overtime goal, it's like, really? That just happened?
The Vegas Junior Golden Knights girls made history by becoming the first female hockey team to represent the state.
They live at the rink. They love the game.
Vegas wanted hockey, Vegas got hockey.
Covering every local team on the ice, this is Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Welcome inside another edition of Hockey in the Desert Weekly. I am your host, Vince Sapienza. The hockey season has just about reached its midpoint, and we're starting to see the separation between contenders and pretenders. Now, I'll explain more in a bit, but first, let's fire home a snapshot of what is in store over the next 30 minutes. We'll look back at the week that was, show you Marc-Andre Fleury's emotional return to Vegas. I go one-on-one with the Knight Monsters broadcaster talking about their incredible start to their inaugural season. Plus, we've got the Skatin Rebels captain, Matias Del Monte, in studio to talk about their historic win in Denver and their weekend split against Jamestown. So let's go to the Fortress first. Ivan Barbashev activated off the IR and back in the lineup after missing the last 10 games. But we start with another return. Riley Smith, the original misfit who helped bring a cup to the city, and so many more highlights, denied on the doorstep by Ilya Samsonov. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. We were scoreless after one. So we jump to the second, where Vegas awarded the first power play of the night, and it takes them 8 seconds to cash in. Mark Stone powering his way to the net, punches home his 12th of the season. Vegas take a 1-0 lead. But the Blue Shirts come right back with a man advantage of their own. Vincent Trocheck, the recipient of some friendly fire in front, but he keeps it together, bangs home the loose puck. No handshake line for him, straight down the tunnel, though he would return 1-1 after 2. So final frame we go. New York finding some offense from their fourth line. Adam Edstrom beats Noah Hannafin to the front and is somehow able to deflect the puck behind him and through the legs of Samsonov. Vegas had an opportunity to find an equalizer late on the power play, but they just couldn't break through the Rangers' defense. The Knights lose for the second straight game, 2-1 your final.
He's a really good goalie. If he sees the puck, he's going to make most saves, and I think we did a great job getting traffic, and honestly we just didn't execute on our chances. We had some good looks that kind of bounced over the sticks and just couldn't find one there at the end of the power play. One of those times, I think every team goes through it. You try to fight your way out. I mean, you could easily scored 3-4 tonight, and you're saying a different story. I think there's some chances to be had, just didn't capitalize. So got to work through that and kind of bear down and take a little bit more pride in those chances that you're getting.
Back at it less than 24 hours later, Nick Waugh back in the lineup after missing the last 11 games. Though no Jack Eichel due to illness, things would get feisty in the first. David Yurchek takes a hard hit from Keegan Colasar in the corner, goes down a bit awkwardly, no penalty on the play. But Wild assistant captain Marcus Foligno didn't like it, they dropped the gloves on the next shift. And the Roadies would feed off that energy immediately. A defensive breakdown gives Minnesota a 2-on-1, and Ryan Hartman goes glove side to make it 1-0 after 1. So jump to the second where the guys in goal find Twine on the power play. Pavel Dorofeyev going bar down. His 15th of the season, knots this game at 1 after 2. Final frame, Colasar showed what he could do with the gloves off, but how about with them on? Park near the paint, picks up the loose change. Great cycle up top between Nick Waugh and Zach Whitecloud. Colasar putting home his 10th of the season, giving Vegas their first even strength goal in more than 9 periods of play. And then in the final 5 minutes, Vegas put this one to bed. Tomas Hertl from inside the circle grips and rips his 12th of the year. Dorofeyev would add his second power play goal of the night, and Vegas snapped their 2-game skid 4-1 your final.
It's nice, obviously, when the bounces aren't going your way and the goals aren't going your way. Can put that little seed of doubt in your head maybe as a team. We're a veteran group in here, like many have said, and we're able to turn the page when we have to. Last 2 games are behind us. We knew we hadn't played our best, and then in the third period there we showed what we can actually do. And I think leading up in the second period as well, we were getting a lot of chances. We were just we were right there. He's seen one more inch, one more foot. So for us, we stuck with it, and we saw him coming. And I think that's a good confidence booster heading on the road for us.
Now there was some nostalgia inside the Fortress this past weekend as we saw the final return of maybe the most beloved player in franchise history. Marc-Andre Fleury made it known this season his 21st in the National Hockey League would be his last of the no doubt Hall of Fame career. And while he didn't get the start on Sunday, that didn't stop the Medieval Maniacs from showing their love to the Flower. The winningest goaltender in franchise history was welcomed back to a standing ovation. Fans chanting a name that will forever be synonymous with the organization.
We're special, like you said, it's only 4 years, but I feel like we've gone through a lot, those 4 years, and to start from scratch, with the team and going to the finals and all that stuff, right? Yeah. I'll always keep great memories from my time here.
Into the offensive zone, wrist shot off the crossbar, rebound, and a diving save by Fleury.
His accolades on the ice will long be remembered in the record books, but his greatest memories here don't have much to do with stats.
The welcome that I got, my family got, and the whole team, right? Like nobody knew really how hockey was going to do here in Vegas, right? And still fully had a good vision, and from that first practice on, the arena practice rink was always full, right? And people cheering loud every night, every game. I don't know, it was a lot of fun to start, from the bottom and to be part of this team, throughout those first few seasons.
And here they are in the Stanley Cup final, and they took game one.
I think the playoff run, that first season, or even the first game too, was. I think that first game was special, right? It was sad. It was also beautiful to see how everybody, the team, in the building, right, around town, nobody stuck together through those tough times, right? And I don't know, that was obviously crazy times. And but on the bright side, I think that the first playoff run, going to the finals against Washington, I think it was the run of it, the journey, to get there, I think was a lot of fun.
Prior to puck drop between the Knights and the Wild, Fleury did what he has done since day one. Have some fun with his friends and provide smiles to the fans, the same fans he helped create upon his arrival in 2017.
There was a lot of questions, coming in, thinking like, are we gonna win any games? People are gonna like it? But it turned out for the best. I think that it's an organization that a lot of players want to come play for, and obviously they had a lot of success winning the cup, not long ago, and that was a goal, and I'm happy they were able to succeed in it.
When it's all said and done, there will definitely be a couple jersey retirement ceremonies for the Flower between Pittsburgh and here in Vegas. But when asked about a possible statue out front in Toshiba Plaza, he couldn't help but laugh.
Oh boy, I don't know. I think that's a little, that's a little much, maybe. I feel like I don't need anything like that to. I have good memories of this place, and like at that point in my career too, I was kind of going down to Pittsburgh, right, where we were playing a lot of games and stuff, and this team, gave me a second chance. I could win, I feel like, and I'll always keep good memories, and I don't need a statue.
Despite all the ice, we're just getting warmed up here on Hockey in the Desert Weekly. Coming up, Tanner Lazinski scored his first goal as Golden Knight a week ago, and now he's earned a new accolade in the American League. Keep it here.
You're watching Hockey in the Desert Weekly.
Quick announcement here before we get going. We just want to go through All-Star break. So guys that haven't made plans, maybe some young guys know how it will work. One guy that doesn't have to make plans for All-Stars is last. Congratulations.
What a cool moment. Less than 4 days after scoring his first goal as a member of the Golden Knights, Tanner Laczynski is named an All-Star for the Silver Knights. Now, in a season that hasn't had the number of wins Henderson was hoping for, Laczynski has been a massive bright spot, leading the team in assists and in points. Now, over the weekend up in Abbotsford, the Silver Knights suffered a season series sweep courtesy of the Canucks. In 4 games played, Henderson was outscored 17-4, which included a 4-1 result Friday and a 4-2 loss Saturday on the road. The Knight Monsters' inaugural season has been nothing short of an instant success. As we reach the midpoint of the season, they have 22 wins, good for 5th in the league and 2nd in the Western Conference. I caught it with the voice of the Knight Monsters, Kalin Kapoor, who says this is no flash in the pan.
Standing cold, he's got time and space to the back door, shot, score!
It's been really fun, and the way that I like to think about it is that my job is made so easy because of our fans and the team. You know, as the broadcaster, you hope for a few things. You hope that the team is obviously really good and fun to watch and fun to call. And you hope that there's people in the building. And both of those boxes have been checked early in our inaugural season. So it's been a ton of fun, especially being up here in Tahoe. Cannot complain. You know, we met on the first game of our inaugural weekend. We sold out both of those games, had a really great win in our second game of the season. And things have kind of just ratcheted from there with the team's success and our fan base really kind of coming together. So it's been a really, really strong first few months and really looking forward to what's to come.
Sent to the low slot, Loggins couldn't take a shot. Back up top, shot taken, score! There's the first goal in Tahoe Knight Monsters franchise history.
Yeah, I was blown away by the atmosphere that opening weekend. And for you, I mean, you've really seen a lot of everything early on as we kind of inch closer to that midpoint of the season. I mean, you got hat tricks, you got goalie goals, overtime winners.
We say history is made every night, and that's true. Like, every single time you turn on a Knight Monsters game, whether you're there in person or you're watching or you're listening, you're going to hear, see, experience something that has never happened before in this area or for this team. Like you mentioned, a hat trick. We had a 4-goal game, which is one of 2 that's happened in the entire league this season. We had a goalie goal. That's, I think, the only time that's happened this season in the ECHL. And for an inaugural team, first season team, to get up to 20 wins, be among the league's top early in this season is really, really impressive. I say it's no joke, and that's because it isn't. Like, you don't see this every single time there's a new team in any league, and obviously in Vegas, we're kind of getting used to that at this point with the Golden Knights.
Christensen goes away with the puck to Luke Adams, centers McGrew, score! And Jake McGrew opens the floodgates to Teddytown.
What is the viewing of this Knight Monsters team, and how good are they?
The viewing is that they're for real, plain and simple. And I was actually just talking about this today with one of my colleagues here, is that the Knight Monsters have a lot of inherent advantages. You know, one of them is being part of the Vegas system, having the trust of the Golden Knights and the Henderson Silver Knights to have our young players be here and develop here, like, Simon Pinard, Sloan Stanek, who's the top rookie in this league right now. Pinard is top 10, top 7 in goals and number 1 in power play goals. And having that trust is huge for these guys to develop and get playing time, get top power play time, get 20 plus minutes a game. Vegas trusts us to do that, and that's huge. And the other thing I always talk about when we get a new team up here at the Tahoe Blue Event Center at home is that we have the altitude advantage on everyone in this league. And you notice that either right from puck drop, we ambush, and the other team is kind of flat-footed. 1, 2, 3 shifts in, they're gassed. Or down the stretch of a series, game 2, end of game 2, start of game 3, end of game 3, we have the stamina advantage on any other team in this league. So that's the main thing that I think about, and that I've gotten from opposing broadcasters and seeing how opposing teams play against us, is that we're for real. This team is for real, and I don't see the success going away anytime soon.
8:37 to go in the first period. McGrew wins it clean. Jet Jones fires, score! For the second straight game, Jet Jones opens the scoring for Tahoe.
What is on tap? What should fans expect? Those that are attending games at the Tahoe Blue Event Center and those that will be watching on Silver State.
Fort Wayne's coming to town at the end of the month, which is our military appreciation weekend. So we have a ton of really fun events planned just to, honor those who served in every branch of the military. And that's kind of what we feel our role is here in this area is family entertainment, but also providing a community aspect up here in Tahoe, and that extends to Carson City, over to Reno, the Truckee area, and Fallon and Minden, all those places that haven't had a team. We kind of bring that community element. And then early February, in the weekend of the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th, is our Vegas affiliation weekend, and that is going to be a ton of fun. Vince, and your fans and your audience know what the atmosphere at the Vegas Golden Knights Arena, T-Mobile Arena, is like. Pushing 20K every single night. We're trying to bring that to our stage here in Tahoe, so that's going to be a ton of fun. We have so much planned for that. I cannot wait. We're going to have all those games broadcasted, or at least the vast majority broadcasted on Silver State for that weekend if our fans can't come in person. But I do implore you, I'm the broadcaster. I'd love it if people watch, but try and come in person for that weekend and for our military appreciation. We're going to put on some shows. We have all this time kind of to plan some stuff out, these 3 weeks before our Fort Wayne series, and then 2 weeks after Fort Wayne, Adirondack comes for the Vegas Golden Knights affiliation weekend.
Well, Colin, I'm not just saying it because I'm talking to you and looking at you square in the face, but you do a great job on the call. We love watching you down here. Colin Kapoor, TV play-by-play voice, the man who does it all. Colin Kapoor of the Tahoe Knight Monsters. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Vince.
Legend in the making. Now, don't forget, if you can't get up to Tahoe, you can listen to Colin and watch the Tahoe Knight Monsters on the Silver State Sports and Entertainment Network. Your next chance, Friday, January 24th, when they take on the Fort Wayne Comets. Still ahead on Hockey in the Desert Weekly, it is time to turn our attention to the Scarlet and Gray following another big weekend at CNA. The captain, Matias Del Monte, joining us in studio. Keep it here. Welcome back inside Hockey in the Desert Weekly. Vince Sapienza. We've talked gold, silver, even that Tahoe teal. Time for a little scarlet and gray. And to do that, we had to bring in the captain, the man, the myth, the soon-to-be legend, maybe already legend, Matias Del Monte, Skatin Rebels captain. Matias, thanks for joining us. I guess first things first, we got to go back to 2024. Denver University. Explain to me that game, the back and forth. You guys take down the reigning national champs. What is the mood? What is happening in the midst of that game?
It was back and forth. We built an early lead, and it kind of, the message around the room and on the bench was just, let's keep it going. Let's make some history and let's stay on top here. They got into some penalty trouble early in the third. They battled back, but we closed it out, and it was just, overcome with emotions.
Look at this beauty. Look, who is that guy? Who is that guy? Now, is that the shootout move? The game goes to overtime. Look at that, Selly. Game goes to overtime, eventually shootouts. Is that your go-to move? I understand it's not.
It's not. I'm a defenseman. I've had one shootout attempt before this in my career, and I skied it. I hit straight glass in about the 13th round in a shootout in junior. So I wasn't expecting to get the call, and I was so unprepared for it that I didn't have time to be nervous, which I think helped me in the long run. But yeah, it's pretty cool to be a part of that and, to have this clip forever.
Now, your head coach, Anthony Vinieri-Greener, told me he had a message for you right before he said, go be a hero.
Yeah.
And now he's been texting you that every single day. When you watch that video back, you're smiling ear to ear the whole time it was playing. As you watch it back, the celly, the embrace from the rest of the team, how do you describe it? As you go through, you're walking through, grip, rip, celly, and then there it is.
I think just proud to be a part of that moment, proud to be a part of this program for this step that we just took, and so excited for what the future holds.
All right, let's talk about that future because now we go into 2025. Back at City National Arena, 17-1-1. Technically, it's a split with the Jamestown top 5 matchup with them, but you get a big win Friday night. It goes to shootouts on Saturday. What did you learn from your group? Obviously, you know how close this is at that DU game, but coming back down, kind of buckling back in for the regular season, what did you learn from the group?
I think that we need to be better at closing out games. Obviously, we've done a good job of it. You highlighted that, 17 wins this year. But Saturday night, we let a lead slip away late, and that can't happen. We get to the national tournament, it's single elimination, and we need to find a way to close out those tight games against top 5 teams.
Does a performance like that, I know you want to win, and losses aren't great, or as it goes down in the record book, officially a tie, Does that help get the attention of the guys? Say, hey, got to be better, let's pick it up.
Yep, 100%. That's exactly what we're going to use it as. It's going to be a little check in our confidence and just say, okay, we got to be better going forward, and it'll make us better moving forward.
All right, now Friday night was special because you had a very special person do the ceremonial puck drop. I don't know if we have that video lined up, but it was phenomenal. Take a look. A really good-looking guy. There you are getting ready for the puck drop. I mean, what'd you make of it? Give me your assessment of that puck drop.
I was just blown away. The placements, the grip on the puck, all of it was perfect. The sound it made when it hit the ice, I just couldn't believe it.
I would agree with you. I don't know who that person was, but it was fantastic. Kudos. They should be invited back sometime soon, getting that VIP treatment as it did. Very quickly, as we look ahead to this weekend, another tough series for you. What do you expect out of Missouri State?
Yeah, we expect a raucous environment there. They fill up their building well, and their building's close to campus, so it'll be cool. A bunch of students on campus yelling at us, but we're just going to play our game. We bring it everywhere we go.
Matias Del Monte, captain for the Skatin Rebels, thank you so much.
Thank you, Vince.
We're just getting warmed up. One more. When we return, it's time to clear the ice. Keep it here. Welcome back as we wrap Hockey in the Desert Weekly. It is time to clear the ice, and to do that, we have to go to where it really all started for the VGK. Marc-Andre Fleury. The reason he didn't get the start at T-Mobile Arena is because the night prior, he was playing up in San Jose, and boy, did he put on a show, giving one more gift to the Medieval Maniacs, beating a Pacific Division rival. It was his 570th career victory. Again, the second most winningest goaltender in NHL history. 36 saves, first star of the game, and forever in the minds and hearts of the Medieval Maniacs. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.